What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. How is it that the IDF can kill so many journalists, so many public figures, and just get away with it? You know, as this recent conflict has been going on, Israel, the IDF, they have killed not only just journalists, they've killed American citizens and gotten away with it. Our politicians haven't even defended Americans who have been killed by the IDF. So that goes to show you who is actually running the world. It's not exactly Israel, right? It's not exactly the population of Israel. It's not exactly the politicians in Israel. It's the corporations in America. It's the corporations in America who own our politicians. If America wasn't supporting Israel, Israel more than likely would cease to exist. If America stepped out of the way and allowed Europe to implement their sanctions, Israel would probably disappear. Because Israel is not a real place. It's a place that America and the British created back in the early 1940s for their own strategic reasons, because no one wants to travel around Africa to ship their goods to Asia. No one wants to do that. It costs too much money. So for the sake of the shipping industry, right? Because if you look at who owns the shipping industry, you would see that they much rather delete thousands and tens of thousands of Palestinians instead of paying a little extra to go around Africa. And for some reason, in the age of information where we can see it happen in real life, the whole world is sit back and watching with horror. All the Asian world is sitting back watching with horror as the Israeli citizens, along with the government, systematically starve a group of people, bomb a group of people with American guns, by the way, American bullets too, with American contractors as well, helping the IDF, because the IDF, there's only, 7 million people in Israel? There's only 7 million people there that call themselves Israelis, right? But for some reason, they're allowed to commit all kinds of atrocities, yet the American government pretends like they care about atrocities happening all around the world. They pretend like they care about things happening in Ukraine and Russia, like they actually care about that. Like they actually care about human rights in Africa and human rights in Asia. But we're watching the baby of America, its creation. We're watching them openly kill journalists, openly kill American citizens, openly kill and bomb children, openly destroying hospitals, shooting at with tanks and anti-armor weapons and against people who are simply trying to get food, while the Israeli citizens blockade food trucks coming in to feed these people. They're starving them to death. They're bombing them to death. They're indiscriminately shooting and killing them as they gather in these hubs that's supposed to be safe after their homeland was destroyed. You have Benjamin Netanyahu, a war criminal. There's an arrest warrant out for this guy, but he can come to America and powwow with our politicians as they host him. Yet they have all these smoke for North Korea. They got all the smoke for Russia and all these other countries. But Israel can do what they want. The hypocrisy is so blaring and so clear. It's in 4K. We can all see it. When the dust settles, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? The Israeli government already said that African Americans are an African people. They said African people in our unification is the most dangerous thing for Israel. And I believe it to be true. Because once Africa gains its power, once it gets to where it's going, they're going to be held accountable by Africans. Because unlike Europe, who the European politicians have sold out, right? I believe that these NGOs and these lobbyists, I believe that they take these European politicians and they wine and dine them, and they take them to Epstein Island and they let them enjoy themselves while being recorded. This is all a hypothesis. I'm just brainstorming what I think may hypothetically be happening here. I think that they take these white politicians to Epstein Island. I think that's probably what Epstein, one of his jobs was to do is to create situations in which politicians can be, coerced into doing what it is that they say. Because it can't just be these politicians really definitely want to be politicians. It has to be more. There has to be videotape of these politicians indulging themselves on things that's green, very green, if you know what I mean. And with the threat of that being revealed somehow, maybe the Wall Street Journal, or New York Times or something may release videos of them partaking in very green, fresh, tender things, that they are forced, to do all manner of things, on behalf of these lobbyists who are owned by who, right? And I'm willing to bet that I'm probably more correct than I am wrong, because the lack of spine that we have in our politicians have is shocking, right? It doesn't seem like we live in, the United States of America. It seems just like the United States of Israel. That's what it seems like. And, anybody who speaks on it seems to get attacked in a country that's supposed to have freedom of speech, right? To the point to where we have people bringing up an obvious issue everybody sees and being deported. The presidency, the office of the United States of America is being used as a tool, by the powers that be to orchestrate the survival of Israel. But here's the thing. Things like this can only last for so long. And unlike before, when all these atrocities would happen, and the only way you would know about it is because you would see it on the news, if some news organization was bold enough to even show it. Now we're seeing it on people's cell phones. We see it happening. We see Israel shooting indiscriminately in crowds. We see it. We're watching it happen. You can't say it didn't happen. We can see it. You can't say it's AI. We can still tell the difference between AI and real life. And when the smoke clears, the world will hold them accountable. There will be no forgiveness. There will be no forgiveness, I'm telling you. Because there's nothing to forgive. Because clearly these people have no hearts, no humanity. They're just as bad as the Nazis. They're just as bad as the people they want us to hate on behalf of them. Any semblance of any semblance of grief we have for them, for what they went through, as if they're the only ones who went through it, because the Congo went through it first. I believe the Holocaust, I know the Holocaust happened, but the Holocaust happened in Africa first. It was bigger. Europeans have conducted many Holocausts on many melanated people's lands that were bigger, much grander, lasted much longer, but all the reverence that these individuals have created for themselves, all that's gone. It's all gone. And like I said, when the smoke clears, because the thing is, we know that those Israelis are really Europeans. They're from Ukraine, Russia. They're from the land of Khazar. They're from the old Germanic kingdoms, right? We know they're European. And the thing is, Europeans have an existential population crisis. All of them, no matter what colony they are in the world. And there's going to be a point in time where there's just simply not enough of them to maintain the infrastructure they've built over racism, over world conquering and destruction. And at some point, the ones that's left are going to have to be held accountable. And it's going to happen. Guaranteed. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think in the comment section. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
How the fuck can Israel kill an entire team of journalists from Al Jazeera and a footballer and get 500 people arrested in the UK for simply saying, I oppose genocide, I stand with Palestine Action, and have their spokesperson in the US, the ADL CEO, Jonathan Greenblatt, go on the air talking about how interracial marriage is a threat to the future of the Jewish people or whatever, and we still have to act as though this is a normal society, that these people are regular liberals who should be able to interact with wider population. Are you kidding me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. It's 2 years into this genocide and I'm still just shocked at the absolute depravity of insisting that we consistently, conversationally place the feelings of Jews and Zionists above the feelings of fucking Palestinians in this moment. It blows my mind. This shit is not normal, and pointing it out is not only not a crime, not wrong, but it's actually your civic duty as someone whose tax dollars are paying for this disaster.
I will never condemn the actions of Hamas, and quite frankly, I don't think they've done enough. Israel has committed more war crimes and killed more journalists than all of World War I, World War II, the Korean War, the Afghanistan War, the Vietnam War, and the current Ukraine War combined. Israel has no right to exist. It's wild how a lot of Americans are more concerned with their tax dollars being used so women and children can receive healthcare and education, rather than their tax dollars being used for genocide. Zionism is just a racist ideology that has no place in civilization. I hope they rot in hell.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan.
Wait. Before you go, for all my subscribers and philanthropists out there, I'm building a solar power community water bowl system in Nigeria. It's going to cost between $5,000 and $6,000. I'm trying to raise money. If you want to participate and help me build this solar power water system, please donate to the Cash App and put solar water in the notes. Solar water in the notes. I'll put PayPal, Stripe, and Zelle. Anyway, thank you. That's all I got to say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out. Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.